Welcome to the Base Face Network.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today our group would like to present about blending shortening for mid-test academic presentation. Let me introduce myself and my friend. My name is Alivia Tjahyadi.
Hello, my name is Avernia Agusta.
Hi, my name is Dinda Lestari.
Hello, my name is Garini, Natania, Nesha.
And my name is Siti, Hana, Hanifah.
Okay, now I will explain about blending. From the module, blending is two free words are combined and blended. And this is usually by clipping off the end of the first word and the beginning of the second word, although sometimes one or the other morpheme is left intact. And then blends are sometimes called portmanteau words. And then now we move to slide of the classification of blending. There is 6 classification of blending. Nah, this is classification of blend. And the first one is modified and meaningful. And then the third classification is there are syntagmatic and associative blends, and there are morphothetic, morphonological, and morphosemantics. Okay, now I explain two classification. There is modified and meaningful. Why? I only explain two classification because which is easy and often to learn it. Okay, the first classification is modified. Modified are blends in which the first element modifies the second element. And then, for example, is science plus fiction, which become sci-fi or sci-fi. Nah, we take the first word or the first element, there is C, and we take V. Nah, became CV. And the second example is motor plus camp, which became word mo camp. We take mo and we take camp, which became mo camp. And the last example of the modified is motor plus hotel, which became motel words. We take mo and tel, motel. And then the second classification, there is meaningful, is share properties of the reference of both elements. The first example is breakfast and lunch. Breakfast plus lunch. We take break and lunch, and which become brunch words. And then the second example is spoon plus fork, which became spork. We take spoon and R key. SPO, we take SPO plus R key, and which becomes spork. And then the last example is information plus entertainment. And if the blends are combined, which became infotainment. Okay, now there is two classification and the example. Now we move to The purpose of blend is depends on the intention of the speaker or writer and the context in which the blend is used. Blending can be a useful tool for communication, expression, and creativity.
The next is acronyms. In acronyms, the initial letters of word in a phrase are pronounced as a word. Acronyms are written with capital letters when formed from a proper noun. Acronyms are not formed in an entirely systematic way. A word or words may be skipped, or the first two words may be chosen, always in order to produce a word which comes from the English phonetic. And now I will tell you the example of acronyms. The first is WASP, White, Anglo, Saxon, Protestant. And the second is NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organizations. And the third is AIDS, Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome. And the another example is you can see in the background radar, laser, sonar, and another example of acronyms. And last, I will tell you about the purpose of acronyms. The purpose of acronyms is to shorten a phrase or string word and form a new word using the first letter each word in the phrase. They are used to short time and take up less space. Acronyms are commonly used in scientific writing to make manuscript easy to read and understand.
Okay, so I will explain about initialism. What is the initialism? Initialism is the initial letters of words in a phrase are pronounced as letter by letters, as is R as V P or I M or PM. Sometimes an initialism might include only a single word as a TV. But initialism, spelling, and function convention are somewhat inconsistent. Periods are normally used between the letters with proper noun indicate with capitals. So, for example, the initialism like API, so DVD, digital video disc, CD, compact disc, or ATM, BRB, HTML, OED, so like this. So in summary, initialism is similarly combining the first letter of a phrase, but you say each individual letters by letters. Okay, so thank you for watching and bye.
Clipping. A clipping is the result of deliberately dropping part of a word, usually either the end or the beginning, or less often both, while retaining the same meaning and same word class. Creating a new word by removing part or of an existing word. Clipping refers to the process of shortening a word by removing one or more syllables or sounds from it. This is a common word formation process in many languages where a longer word is reduced to a shorter form. Clipping is often used informally to create slang, and it can help make words from concise and easier to use in casual conversation. And here's the types of clipping. The first is and or for clipping. In this type of clipping, a part of the word is removed from the end. For example, there is ad or advert for advertisement, hack for hackney, mic for microphone, porn for pornography, tarp for tarpaulin, condo for condominium, rehab for rehabilitation, fax for facsimile, fan for fanatic, and meet for mitten. The second is beginning or back clipping. In this type of clipping, a part of the word is removed from the beginning. For the example, burger for hamburger, venture for adventure, spite for despite, gain for engine, cello for violoncello, phone for telephone. The third or the last one is beginning and end. In this type of clipping, the part of the word is removed from the beginning and the end from the word. For the example, fridge for refrigerator, flu for influenza, string for hat shrinker.
Abbreviations. Abbreviations are shortened words. They can hinder people's understanding, so they have limited uses. It may consist of a group of letters or words taken from the full version of the word or phrase. For example, the word abbreviation can itself be represented by the abbreviation ABBR, ABBRF, or ABBREV. NOP for nil or nothing, per, by, as, mouth in abbreviation medical instruction. It may also consist of initials only, a mixture of initials and words, or words or letter, representing words in another language. For example, e.g., IE, or RSVP. So, some types of abbreviation are acronyms, some pronounceable, some initialism or grammatical contraction or crisis. Acronyms, initialism, contraction, and crisis share some semantic and phonetic function, and all four are connected by the term abbreviation in loose parlance. Abbreviations have a long history. They were created to avoid spelling out whole words. This might be done to save time and space, given that many inscriptions were carved in a stone, and also to provide secrecy. In both Greece and Rome, the reduction of words to single letter was common. Abbreviations were frequently used in English form in its earliest days. During the growth of philological linguistic theory in academic Britain, abbreviating became very fashionable. Likewise, a century earlier in Boston, a fad of abbreviation started that swept the United States with the globally popular term OK, generally credited as a remnant of its influence. Widespread use of electronic communication to mobile phones and the internet during the 90s led to a marked rise in a colloquial abbreviation. This was due largely to increasing popularity of textual communication services such as instant and text messaging. The original SMS supported message lengths of 160 characters. For instance, this brevity gave rise to an informal abbreviation schemes sometimes called texts, with which 10% or more of the words in a typical SMS messages are abbreviated. More recently, Twitter, a popular social networking service, began driving abbreviation use with 140 character message limits. So this is why it's very common to use abbreviation in this day. We all know about OK, RSVP, IG, and all. So it's really common to use in our languages with abbreviation.
Okay, maybe enough here from our presentation. Thank you for your attention and sorry for our mistakes and last. We say to you goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.